Welcome to my podcast, Staying in Touch with Jen. This is not your ordinary podcast where it's the same topic every week. This will be things that I thought would be interesting to you that I run across, such as clubs that I'm in, what I'm doing lately, what I've read, what I've seen. Just wanted to share it with you. Different content every week. So if you think of anything that you may want for me to talk about, please share. And if you like what you hear, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. Hi, we're here with Laurie Linnert today, one of my fellow Toastmasters, and she has been with Toastmasters for a minute now. And Laurie, can you tell me how long you've been with Toastmasters or been a member of Toastmasters?
I joined Toastmasters 14 years ago.
Wow, 14 years. So you've seen and done a lot of things through Toastmasters these past 14 years?
A few things, yes.
Tell me, or tell the audience, how many clubs that you actually belong in.
Currently, I belong to 4 clubs.
4 clubs. That's a lot of time. Do you think that you spend a lot of time there, or is it just something that you enjoy and time just flies by?
A little bit of both. At my highest, I belonged to 9 clubs.
Wow.
And that was too much.
Yeah.
I did everything Toastmasters. It was my life. But now with 4 clubs, one of those is a weekly club. Mm-hmm. 2 of them meet 2 times a month, and 1 is a monthly club. So it's a nice mix.
Oh, it is. And then you get a nice mix of different people that you engage with?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the members of Toastmasters, are there professionals? Are they all public speakers? What's the mix of members?
It is all walks of life. The one club I belong to is at my job. So it's all professional people, and we all work for the city of Las Vegas. So we have all different kinds of walks of life there. We have engineers, we have accountants, we have people who work in the field. So it's all different kinds of people, but we're all city of Las Vegas employees, with the exception of one person.
Oh, that's very interesting.
It is. And then we have one retiree from the city. So we have 2 people who don't work for the city of Las Vegas because we are an open club, but everybody else works for the city.
So I'm sorry for interrupting, but so it's an open club. It's not a corporate club?
No, it started as a corporate club with all city people, but then we opened it up to everyone.
So can I go back to that about a corporate club and an open club? Sure. So if you had a company, you can start your own Toastmasters within the company?
Absolutely. In fact, it's encouraged. It's a great way to offer training to your employees of the company. And that's actually how we promote it within the city of Las Vegas. On our bulletin board, the city helps use Toastmasters as sponsored training for public speaking and leadership skills. And if you are a city employee, they actually pay our international dues. So the club member is only responsible for the club dues and their new member fee.
Oh, so there you are, audience. If you had a company, or if you belong to a company and you're interested in getting your own Toastmasters, maybe you should go to HR to say, hey, what about a Toastmasters to get, maybe it's just a way to get everybody involved in a project together.
Absolutely. And it's a great way to bring other departments within your organization together as well. I know that some organizations, say, for example, their marketing group would be very different and have perhaps different objectives than maybe their sales or promotions department or something. And so by working together within a Toastmasters group, it brings these different departments together, and they have a common goal and they see each other on a regular basis and meet together and get to know each other personally. And it becomes such a wonderful tool beyond even just the leadership and communication skills to bring these different departments together.
Yeah, and friendships that you probably didn't think that you would ever be friends with that person in that department, correct?
Absolutely.
I kind of like that. Starts my wheels turning on that a little bit. So, and then your other clubs that you belong to. What's the other club?
The other clubs, I belong to DeVry Toasters, also started as a corporate club that was DeVry Toasters or DeVry University faculty and students. That was an open club. It is an open club now. And we have such a broad mix of people. We do have a couple of university professors. We have a couple of government people, accountants, and it's just all walks of life at this particular club. Broad range of people who have English as a second language, and it's such a diverse group. I love that club.
Since you brought up English as a second language, do you know of just a club that just caters to a certain language out there?
Here in Las Vegas, we have, at one time there were 2 clubs. I believe there's now just 1 club that is primarily Spanish speaking. They may still do like 1 meeting a month that's some English speaking, but they are primarily Spanish speaking.
Oh, wow. That is also good to know. I'm learning lots of things today. I wanted to touch a little bit on the education of Toastmasters, because a lot of people think that we just communicate or have public speaking. But when I joined Toastmasters, I didn't know what I was getting into, and I thought it was all just about public speaking. Didn't know anything about our little pathway, educational path that we also venture on. Can you explain that a little bit about how we move on to different levels and our education that we actually get from Toastmasters?
Sure, I'd love to. Pathways is our educational system, and it is based on core competencies such as confidence and leadership, public speaking, and there's a total of 5 core competencies, and each one, management is another one. Each one of those, each path has different core competencies that it would focus on.
Okay. So it focuses.
And there's a total of 11 paths. So you could choose your path based on the core competencies or what your interests are in. So currently I am working on 3 different paths.
Okay.
My first path I chose was on dynamic leadership because I wanted to work on things about change and managing change.
Gotcha.
So, and then my second path was on team collaboration.
Okay.
Because I wanted to work on team building.
Gotcha.
And my third path was just on presentation mastery because I wanted to become a better presenter. And as you can imagine, that one is strictly on giving speeches, public speaking, and on confidence, building your confidence. The team collaboration is more on the management side.
Yeah, I am so glad that you brought that because I have not looked at anything since the day that I started, and I knew that I wanted to go through the dynamic leadership path. And so I did not realize about the presentation mastery and the team building mastery. So that will be items that I will look forward to for my next path after I finish my one path that I'm on.
Our latest path is engaging humor. So people who really want to become humorous speakers or perhaps move into comedy, because there's a lot of people that come to Toastmasters to practice comedic speeches or to develop humorous speaking in front of an audience. And that path is wonderful for them because it helps engaging audiences and developing humor. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not funny. I'm an engineer. And I need to build on those types of skills. And Toastmasters is wonderful for that.
I am beginning to like it even more than what I already do. And that's kind of hard to believe because I know that you know that I love Toastmasters a lot. Now, people talk about, or maybe they don't talk about, but one of the things that you see when you're going through maybe the internet looking for some sort of leadership program or team building or even, humorous presentations, they think that the cost is a lot. Can you tell us how much it costs to be a member of Toastmasters?
Toastmasters has a due structure that is paid twice a year, and the internet, we have international dues and club dues, and each club varies with their club dues. It's totally dependent on what the dues are for the club, what their expenses are for their meeting facilities, what their monthly expenses are. So I can't really tell you exactly what the exact dues would be for any individual club because those club dues would vary usually between $1 to say $5 per month, depending on the club. The international dues at this time are $7.50 per month or $45 every 6 months.
Wow, that is so reasonable for...
It is. It's the best investment that anyone can make in their development for their own self-improvement.
And the cost of the education part, is that in addition, or we just pay our dues and we get that education on top of it?
It's all included. There's a $20 new member fee that includes your first path in the program, the educational program. Mm-hmm. Any additional path thereafter is also $20, and that's for the online access. If someone prefers to have hard copy paper books sent to them for the Pathways program, that's an additional $25. However, I always encourage people to go with the online access because there's so many wonderful online tools and videos and different just programs that aren't accessed if you don't have the online access, if you just get the books. Plus, what people don't realize is that they have to send the books back to get credit and wait for the next book to arrive before they can continue their work. And there's only a few limited programs, paths that have the books even available. So there's so many more resources with the online access.
Wow. Well, that's good to know. We do have our new member training, but there's always so much more that you learn and a lot of information that comes through that sometimes you forget. So thanks for that little tidbit. I have one more question to ask you, and it is this. If there is one thing that you can think of to a prospective member what they can benefit from being a Toastmaster, what would that one thing be from you? Did I ask that question correctly? What is the one?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
I would first ask that member, what do they want to get from Toastmasters? I can share my experience and what I've gotten from Toastmasters. And that is when I first went to my first meeting, I wanted to move into a leadership position. I wanted to facilitate meetings. I wanted to learn how to give feedback for employees. I wanted to move into a management position. And over the course of my first 3 years in the program, I received 3 promotions and basically doubled my salary.
Wow.
So I can tell you what happened for me, but you get what you put into the program. So I always ask a new member or a guest, what do you want to get out of Toastmasters? Do you want to build your confidence in public speaking? Do you want to gain those leadership skills? Do you have a large speech or project that you need to deliver? I had a florist come to us for one of my other clubs one time, and she was asked to be a keynote speaker at a convention a year away. And she came to Toastmasters specifically because she was terrified to get in front of an audience, and she needed to be able to deliver this 1-hour keynote speech in a year.
Wow.
So she had a year to be able to deliver that keynote speech. She had a specific goal in mind. Now, in that year, not only did she deliver that amazing speech and develop some incredible tools, but she also gained the love of Toastmasters, and she's still in the club.
Wow. There you go.
She came in with a specific goal. So I always ask them, what do they want to get out of it? Because that's what's most important, is that they're meeting their goals.
Wow. I like that information that you gave me, Laurie, or gave the audience. That was very, very eye-opening. And I told you it wouldn't be any more than 10 to 15 minutes. I want to just be aware and appreciate the time that you have given to us. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the audience about Toastmasters?
I would just like to say that Toastmasters has changed my life, both personally and professionally. I shared my story on how it changed my professional goals with my promotions and everything. But personally, Toastmasters is about communication. I communicate with every single person I come into contact with on a daily basis. And it's invaluable to me. And the money that I spend in Toastmasters is so small compared to the rewards that I receive. It's just been an incredible experience for me.
Wow. Thank you, Laurie. I hope if you guys have any questions out there about Toastmasters, just make sure that you reach out to myself. And even if you have a question, you can always reach out to me. If you have a question to Laurie, then we can get you connected with her. So she is a wealth of information, and I'm super excited to have her in the club that I'm in, Valley Voices and Vices. And I'm speechless. How can I be speechless? I'm a Toastmaster. But I am speechless because of the fact that the information that you gave was 100% of what I think the audience definitely needs to hear. And thank you so much, Laurie. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, too.
Right. Thanks for jumping on.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.